like kind of get to know us beyond what can you do for me.
That's a very good explanation.
I love Gandhi speechless.
Here we go. Happy holidays.
Hey,
happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
It's holiday season.
Everyone's like, don't quit your day jobs.
Did Andy Williams do anything other than Christmas music? No, he did Moon River, didn't he?
Did he?
Why are you asking people like we have any idea?
Let's look it up.
I think no, because I think we know a lot of these people for doing their holiday songs, but they did stuff other than holiday music.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Where do I begin? Speak softly, love. A time for us. Can't take my eyes off you.
Oh,
The Impossible Dream.
Oh, great, massive hits.
Was he the original artist on those?
sounds like he was.
Probably not all of
No,
them.
he does cover songs. It sounds like.
Wait, what's the Hawaiian wedding song? There's
is that
not Mekaleka Makalaka?
Mekalikimakala.
No, something different.
Okay, well, Andy Williams, we love you.
Who was the artist that came in and said, "You'll know I'm struggling when I do a Christmas album"?
I've been trying to remember this.
Yes, who was that?
It wasn't Chord Overstreet, but it was somebody in that vein. Was it Charlie Puth?
I think it was Charlie.
Yeah, it was
I
Charlie
think it
Puth.
might have been Charlie.
I think it was
so
Charlie
not quite
Puth.
like Chord Overstreet, but yeah.
Is that like a thing in the music industry where if you record a holiday album, it means you need the money and you?
I don't know.
I think it has that Vegas feel to it, like how artists are like, if I'm doing Vegas, my career is over. But if you look at artists now, they're
Adele did it.
But that's what I'm saying. I think Christmas music has kind of taken a turn, with the exception of Charlie Puth just saying that recently.
But also, you like the Michael Bublé's of the world, that he's known to be a Christmas
Well, I
guy,
think some
you know?
artists, if they can get to that point, find the Mariah Carey or the Michael Bublé, then it's like, okay, I'm good. But if you can't, then you're just putting together a crappy Christmas song, and you'll be known for that for the rest of your life.
By the way, your Andy Williams passed away in 2012.
Oh, poor Andy.
So soon.
I told you about his ex-wife, right?
No.
She was a murderer. She killed her after they separated. She killed her boyfriend. And then Andy Williams went to like trial and stuff with her.
Oh, damn.
Because he still supported her.
Wow.
Anyways, speaking of celebrities, from the holiday box of questions, what has been your favorite interaction on or off the air with a celebrity?
Oh.
How about that?
Okay.
I'm going to go to one of the first people I ever met, Will Smith. I was at Ryan Seacrest's show at the time.
Mm-hmm.
He came in and he went out of his way, came over. Hey, man, I'm Will. Nice to meet you. Like, what are you doing here? 15 minutes the guy talked to me. Probably was like 30 seconds, but he actually went out of his way to make me feel like I mattered, which
I love him.
is what I think a lot of people don't do.
For sure.
Gosh.
This is a tough one. We played this game the other day, the best and the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we kind of all know people's favorites, right?
I think. I mean, I feel like with us, it's like I feel like the Enrique Iglesiases of the world and the Michael Bublé's and the Ed Sheerans. Anytime we see them, anytime we're out and about, they take the time to hang. Jimmy Fallon. They hang out, they chat with us. Enrique's just like the most amazing person. He's just like, come in over, come hang out, come do this. Like, they always remember you, which is nice.
Yeah.
Chris Martin from Coldplay, I just vividly remember him walking into where the phone answering area was and sitting down and with people that might have been interning with us at the time. He's like, oh, what goes on here? I said, oh, this is where we take our phone calls. He goes, may I try? So he was answering the request line for Z100, and people don't even realize, and he's like taking song requests, not even realizing, hi, this is Chris Martin on the other side of the phone.
Yeah.
He was but people who take a genuine curiosity in us.
You had one with Jimmy Fallon at Jingle Ball. Right after his interview, I watched him come up to you and unprovoked. I wasn't trying to get a picture. I know it was very busy. I thought you were. That's why you're hanging out so closely. But
no, I would have jumped. Believe me, if I wanted the picture, I would have jumped up on the stage like everybody else did. I literally was like, I have a lot of pictures with Jimmy. I was just kind of standing there watching. He comes off the stage. He didn't have to stop. He saw me. It was scary, and gives me a big hug. He's done that like 3 times now, where he's seen me randomly, whatever. Like when I was.
But you're missing the moment. He goes, "Hey, I just saw you and Rose played APT." So he literally watched the video.
He watched the video of me doing Patapati with the Rose drinking game. So and he told me about that video. And that was kind of cool because. You don't really get to. I didn't know that Jimmy watches any of our stuff. But that was kind of cool that he stopped down. Sabrina Carpenter last year. Danielle and I were waiting to go on stage somewhere, and then all of a sudden, Sabrina was walking by with her entourage of people, and then she doubled back doubled back, came up to us and started hugging and kissing us.
Oh, yeah.
And she didn't have to do that.
No.
These are the people that like kind of get to know us beyond what can you do for me.
That's a very good explanation.
I love Gandhi speechless.
Everyone was speechless.
Right, but people who take genuine interests in us and people around us, or people who wander into the back room.
This question goes deeper. It's not just who's your favorite. It's like, what's that interaction that you really truly remember, right? I remember seeing Nick Jonas one time outside of this venue. And he just looks at me. He goes, "Hey, what's up? Good to see you." And he actually remembered who I was, which I don't ever think these people remember who I am.
Right.
I'm wallpaper. I'm just here to facilitate getting you from the green room into the studio and find some interesting stuff to talk about. But the guy actually remembered who I was, and that it was that cigar party. Were you at that thing? And he offered me a cigar.
Yes. Oh, okay.
In Vegas. And it was just like, wow, this guy actually remembered who I was. Yeah. I'm just shocked.
Yeah, that's so funny. That happened with like NSYNC and Backstreet and stuff because we've known them for so long. Well, now that we see them, they go, "Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in so long. How are you?" Or "You're still there. That's so cool." Like whatever, and they remember, and then they start reminiscing about, "Remember the time we did this with the show?" And it's nice because it's like you've grown up with those people, and like they actually do remember being there and being part of your whole world.
Want me to blow your mind?
Yes.
Somebody remembers their interaction with you.
I think about that all the time. Yeah. Not in,
so
my God,
don't
we're
be
so
an
important.
asshole.
Moral of the story.
I heard you were going to say something, but I know, so we think about this all the time. We meet hundreds of listeners all the time, so you might not remember them, but I always try to think like, well, they're probably going to remember you, so be nice about it, just like we remember every interaction with celebrities for the most part. So be nice to people. It's important.
Yep.
Yeah.
Scott. For me, it's people that are kind of my kids. And over the years, there's been a lot of them. I mean, when the Jonas Brothers were performing up here, Cooper was here, and they were like super, super sweet to her. And I took her to see Jax at Jones Beach one time, and she pulled my daughter behind stage and was talking to her for like 10 minutes and took all her rings off and gave them to my daughter. And like that was the highlight of her year. She still talks about that now. So it's really, a lot of these people that make time to talk to my kids. I mean, that's super special to me because those are memories they'll have forever.
Yeah, like, what's his name? The other night after he got off the Jingle Ball stage, Teddy Swims, and he was giving all of the kids in the audience different pieces of the jewelry off his body. Those kids will never forget that. Ever forget that, Yeah.
Yeah, Justin Timberlake, he came up one day, he was doing something with Elvis, and the night before there was a listening party with like maybe 1,000 people. He saw me and my wife, Allie, who was pregnant at the time with our son, Hudson, our daughter, Madison. And after the next day, hey, I just want to say, I didn't get to say it, but thanks for coming last night. When's your wife due? What's the name going to be? And he took genuine interest, and he goes, "Hey, sorry it was so late. We were just running behind, and I do apologize." Like he made me feel like a human, and not just like.
And then there are the opposite. Like,
I
remember taking my mom to the Grammy Awards, and we met Elton John, and he was wonderful to her. Like, absolutely wonderful. He met her one night and said hi, blah, blah, blah. The next day, he saw her again, and he said, "Oh, my gosh, I remember you from yesterday. Your daughter brought you to the Grammys." And my mom was like, "Oh, my gosh, Elton John, blah, blah." Okay.
I had a different experience.
We met Barry Manilow, and it was a totally different experience.
You are not the Fanilow.
The picture is, the picture of him and my mom is like, "Why are you making me take this picture with this woman? I am not," like, it was just horrible. He didn't talk to us. He didn't, and she was just like, and I felt bad because she's been a Barry Manilow
Funny
fan
you
for
say
a
that.
long
That
time.
Barry Manilow picture your mom got is the same picture that I got with Elton John.
Do you think maybe they're unable to smile from all the work that they've gotten done?
That could be the case.
Very possible.
But he just wasn't friendly. He just wasn't friendly. Like Elton John was so friendly and so nice to her, and the other one was like, whatever.
Yeah.
I
would say on and off the air are two totally different things. On the air, I've really loved Neil deGrasse Tyson and Bill Nye because they were so interesting and they had a ton of cool stuff to say. Off the air, Jimmy Fallon, of course.
Yeah.
I feel like he's so targeted with the things that he says about how I'm doing my job or something that he thought was really funny. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I like that all of us, our good interactions are that someone paid attention to us.
Yeah.
And that they complimented us.
It's really kind of sad.
We're fickle.
It's really kind of sad. They noticed I existed.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's great.
Well, thank you, everybody.
All right, thanks.
Interesting.
Bye.
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 Later.